past, it's always been the girl group debuts that have caught my attention. Obviously, they've always just been so good and so amazing. But similarly to the boy groups, the girls just did not bring it this year at all. A lot of the debuts were just simply not good. And even if some of them were, most of them were just like decent. There were very few standouts. Nobody's gonna care about these debut songs. Like, if I ever ranked 4th gen debut songs, nobody would be like, where's Limelight at? Where would you put Limelight at? Nobody cares about them at all. Like, and then in addition to that, I feel like with other people's debuts, even IVE, who I didn't really care about, I don't like their debut song, I don't like 11, but I was still really interested to see the direction that they would go. Even to this day, I'm still kind of interested into seeing what IVE can come up with. None of these groups that debuted this year I genuinely care about and want to see flourish. And I don't think that's part of like, oh, you've been into K-pop for a while, like it's just gonna happen with time. Trust and believe, if I was a K-pop fan in 2010, I would have at least been in this shit for like 10 years. Like, nothing could have broken me like this year has. Let's talk about the debuts that we got this year though. We got Elza, Edia, Triple S's debut. First of all, Triple S is so confusing, but I guess they debuted with Rising. But I mentioned Triple S because they had a bunch of unit debuts and I don't care about any of those except Crystallize. Limelight, like I mentioned earlier, Girl Be Serious, and then that horrible little 3D CGI girl group, clearly Biden from aespa, but whatever. And then on the boy group sides of things, we had, I'm gonna name some things and you're gonna be like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, you're literally just saying words because that's literally what their names are. 8 Turn, Boy Next Door, Even, I don't know what their name is, Horizon with a 7, Lunate, Zykers, Rise, Zodiac, Zero Base One. The only group on here that like had a good debut to me was Zero Base One, but even then it was just things wrong with that, and I just don't care about Zero Base One as a group either. Like, they're clearly going the AB6 route. Like, your gay music is what made you. Why the 180? Don't piss me off. On top of that, it was a major year for soloists, right? A bunch of debuts, solo debuts that we've been waiting on happened this year. Of course, we had a lot of the BTS boys release like actual debut albums, like August D, Jimin, Jungkook, V, whoever else. But then on the girl group sides of things as well, we got Yan's debut, we got Jihyo, we got Jisoo, Genie, Soojin. You would think these would have been these big major events, but to be honest with you, every single one of their debuts came and went. Like, what happened this year? What's in the water? I don't like that. So yeah, the debuts this year, just terrible, yo, on a terrible. Another thing ruining K-pop in 2023 is how short songs have gotten. You know, I used to kind of be on the pro short song side because it's just like, I don't want you to waste my time. Like, some people don't need that 3-minute song. Some people don't need to make songs that are worth 3 minutes because they can't sing, they can't rap, they suck, you know? So like, keep them short for me. Keep them coming. Go ahead. If you want to make a minute song, do that. I encourage you. And because of that, I was gonna make a video, like a short video in defense of short K-pop songs. Like, I made a playlist and everything. Like, we were gonna have it, but like, I went through that playlist again and I was like, girl, fuck you. Like, you got me fucked up. We need longer songs back in K-pop. I want to hear bridges. I want to hear Jennifer Hudson Jaws. I want explosive choruses. I bring maximalism back. Bring it back. I'm sick of the short songs. I'm sick of the minimalist style that a lot of K-pop groups are doing. Where are the good producers? Like, where are the good producers? Where are the good singers? Where are the serviceable rap girls? Like, this isn't doing anything for anybody at all. Another thing ruining K-pop is the fact that 2 years ago, maybe 3 at this point, Bitches was winning. We had so many reunions, so many accomplishments from first, really second and third gen groups that were like no longer active. And this year it seemed like we were getting another kind of renaissance. Like Nine Muses was supposed to have a comeback. There was so much drama surrounding that because someone like Sarah wasn't invited to the reunion, which I get because they've always kind of had like not beef, but I guess not good feelings between them. You know, they weren't really whatever those confirmations of dating rumors are, you know, they share good feelings for each other. That doesn't happen in Nine Muses. Guess what? They weren't the only one. So, but let's focus on that real quick. So Nine Muses was supposed to come back in August or something. What month is it, everyone? November. It's finna be December. And like they had a whole meeting with the CEO or something like that, and nothing came out of that. Nothing. And again, like I said, they're not the only one. So SCS has some drama going on between them too. So I don't know if I talked about this. I was supposed to in the Ajanuga news, but I never got to it, I guess. So Shu, y'all know her drama. She been in jail, like she's a criminal, whatever, because of gambling or whatever. Oh, you know, she's been getting back on her feet. She been volunteering, doing this and that. She been working. And recently she found work as a they're called BJs, which I don't like. Broadcast jockey. There we go. I don't like that word, but it helped me. So she's a broadcast jockey, and apparently she had been wearing some revealing clothing. Mind you, it was the small little cutout. You could barely even see titty. Like, it was crazy. So I guess Bada had said something to her, like, you know, you should present a better side of you. Like, you don't have to stoop this low to get your money. Like, whatever you need, I got you. And again, I don't think what she was wearing was that big of a deal. Like I said, it wasn't all that. You could barely see anything. Like, compared to what I've seen, like, other K-pop idols who became broadcast jockeys do, like, it definitely was not that revealing and serious. So that kind of caused a rift between the two. And Bada had spoke about it recently, you know, saying, I don't know why there's this thing between us. Like, I guess I said some really harsh words, like, forgive me, shoot, you know, let's work on it. And I'm just so mad because, like, that SES reunion ain't never gonna happen. It's never happening at this point. And it's all Bada's fault. Like, again, it was never that serious. Like, it really wasn't bad. Like, what else could Shu possibly do besides like go flip burgers? Let her get her coin. Be supportive. Just tell her to be safe. I hate y'all so much. This conversation kind of goes nowhere. There's nowhere for it to go, really, because it's just an observation. But like, people will say K-pop is becoming westernized, something like that along those lines, right? And people will be like, oh, so you want Asian artists to stay in Asia? Like, K-pop has always been westernized because it's founded on the backs of black people. And it's like, that's not what anyone is saying. Like, you're coming up with a whole new point that nobody made. There's a difference between K-pop as a whole being rooted in black culture and then like ITZY making a song like Boys Like You, or aespa making a song like Better Things. I think what many people are saying, or at least for me, is that when I say K-pop is becoming westernized, what happens is that these groups lose all of their identity to appeal to the American market that isn't going to pay attention to them. Like I always say, for aespa especially, for ITZY especially, they found success within the Western market with their original concept, which was so unapologetically K-pop. But then when it's time to have their English singles and promote in America, suddenly we switch it up and we're not making the same music that we were before. And then our concept is a completely different territory that's completely void of any personality or things that made those groups them. And then for the people who make up a completely different argument that people aren't even talking about, they'll be like, oh, I don't see this criticism for when an idol wants to promote in Japan or China, or a group, not just an idol. But it's like, okay, when they do release songs for the Japanese and Chinese markets, their identity still stays the same because they're basically targeting the same market. Whereas with America, like, we water it down, we're making 2010s pop, we're chasing the trends that are popular over here. It becomes something completely different that nobody really enjoys. And And then on top of that, the music overall was just not really good. And again, we say this every year, but this time I actually mean it. Like with 2022, it was like, okay, well, 2021's music was better. With 2021, it was like, okay, 2020's music was better. At least the music was still good. In 2023, like, let me open up my K-pop 2023 Slays playlist. Like, again, I don't believe in a majority of the songs on here. Like, I just put them on here because we needed to fill up this playlist. Like, Promise is on here, and I didn't really like their title track. Unbe's on here. Like, it's just not a good playlist. I don't like it at all. Even G-Idol got a fucking spot. NMIX has 2 spots, but like, do they deserve those for real? Like, when you put them up against 2022, 2021, 2020, like, not really, to be honest with you. I hate this. BB's on here. That's crazy to me. The music just has not been good. And on top of that, the B-sides this year have also been really weak. Of course, I would say that like a lot of it was much better than the title track, but like, at the end of the day, you're not putting out your best. You're not putting out your best. Somebody had to say it. I just think it's crazy that like we just allowed Everglow to come back and then nobody cared. Like for 2 years, this is what y'all was waiting on. 2 years, and then they come back and it was boring as hell. Like nobody mentions Everglow's song. What is it called? Is it like All My Girls? Like y'all even gave their worst songs, Pirate and First, more love than y'all gave this. Like that's kind of crazy. And I think Everglow coming back with bad music that nobody cares about is a sign of the times. Because again, y'all will eat up anything from Everglow. But this nobody cared about. That's crazy. It's a sign of the times. It's a sign of the times that we're in. XG becoming popular this year just clearly shows me that from here on out, K-pop is just not going to be serious. Like, I know they're not K-pop, but you be on the K-pop shows, you promote like a K-pop group, you working with Korean producers and photographers, and it's just like, what do you want me to call that? A K-pop, non-K-pop group? Because that's what it's giving me. I'm sorry. Anyway, again, XG more than anybody this year is a clear case of visuals over everything else. Over good music, over, I'm gonna say it, over good singers. I don't care. Keep it to yourself. Over good rappers, like good production. Like as long as they have a cute visual next to them, they'll be fine. That's it. That's what literally shot them up to stardom. They appealed to the Y2K trend. Like they use Chogi Sok, like, and they get to be on top. You want to be on top, they get to be on top, bro. And that's an issue. The visuals over everything else, they're a clear sign of that. Twice's inability to slay, again, just shows us a sign of the times. Like, I told y'all that Twice, their odd year, they're always going to do it. Like, the years that are even, that's when their B-sides, like, eat and do all the heavy lifting. But those odd years, that's when you're going to get a good title track and at least 3 good B-sides. They couldn't even do that this year. Moonlight Sunrise, which was not good, okay? If you listen to Moonlight Sunrise and you like it, no you don't. Go listen to Sweetest Pie, go listen to Tinashe. You'll see what a real song should sound like, what real Miami bass is, Atlanta bass, whatever you want to call it. You'll really see. But we'll keep moving. Then they released Ready to Be. Is that the name of the title track? Oh, Set Me Free is the title track, actually. Set Me Free. And that shit was so fucking boring. That like no, everyone liked Wallflower, but when was the last time you turned on Wallflower? Let's be serious. When was the last time you turned on Wallflower? Exactly, you haven't. Because nobody's listening to that. They need to be so serious. And then name another B-side on the album. You cannot. And this was supposed to be their year. Like, again, odd number. We had a Jihyo solo, which was good, but when's the last time you listened to Jihyo solo? Exactly. I can't do it. I really can't. I can't. And here's the thing. At least with their other songs, like, some people had something to say about it. There was no discourse around their song this year. Like, nobody cared. That's what it is. Nobody cared. Even when they were quote unquote flopping, they was still in people's mouths. Nobody cares about Twice this year. That's kind of crazy. Real crazy. Oh, yeah. my final thing is that the big three groups just kind of sucked this year. Like, the big groups ain't been doing a big one no more. Like, aespa, they had Spicy. We had some high moments actually with aespa. We had Spicy, we had Thirsty, we had Welcome to My World, great music, but then they quickly went downhill, especially with this recent comeback. Red Velvet, meh. Like, have you ever had a Red Velvet era just be meh? That's crazy to me. Rise made absolutely no noise, and they're just so boring. They're SM's TXT, which is crazy because, like, we digging through TXT demos because that's what it's starting to give me, and I don't like that. NCT ain't doing nothing. Oh, Doja Jung was really good though, so hopefully they could get some comebacks or something because the rest of them don't need it. Let's go through JYP. Okay, we've already talked about everything going on with Twice and Mix in ITZY, and you know, I would say, hey, hot take. No, I was about to say NMIX and ITZY specifically released better music, but no, they didn't. They didn't release better music than SM, but they released good music. Like, you had Roller Coaster, you had Love Me Like This, and then with ITZY you had Cake, Y'all Are Mad, and then None of My Business and Bratty. Like, those were cute, and I'm gonna cherish those. I'm gonna hold them close to my heart. That was okay, but like, as in like the mainstream and with the general public, oh, it's been really bad for them. It's been so bad for them. Like, they not doing a big one no more. What is YG doing? Nothing. Ever. Just a bunch of bombs over at YG. It's just really unfortunate. But yeah, that's my quick little rant. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'll see you next time.
And everything you said went out the window.